Mike Kavanaugh with HIVHero.org and HERONEWS.org, and I'm here with the incredibly handsome and talented Brandon Leffler. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great, and it is St. Patrick's Day today. We're going to get this up tonight, so I hope you all had a good St. Patrick's Day. You know, I'm Michael Kavanaugh, so sure and regard, kiss the Blarney Stone, don't you say?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Anyway, Brandon, tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, small town of Mayfield Heights, Ohio.
Hey, and you were a big dance choir person, right?
Oh, yeah, show choir, all the way.
Okay, so that Glee is how you got your start, pretty much.
Pretty much.
So how did you make it to New York?
Well, I sort of took the long trip. After high school, I went to school at a place called the Performing Arts Center in Los Angeles, California. It was a 2-year apprenticeship program where we took 4 to 5 classes a day, mostly dance, but then we also had acting and voice, and then we would clean the studios as part of our tuition. Shortly after getting to LA, they had a fantastic ballet program at that school, and I was really exposed to ballet for the first time, and I fell in love with it. And then I auditioned for a bunch of summer programs, and I got into Ballet Austin summer program in Texas. Went to Ballet Austin, and then was accepted into their apprenticeship program. So I went from being an apprentice to being an apprentice. And then shortly after, I had always wanted to live in New York, and I knew musical theater was in my blood. So I left Austin, and I moved to New York. And I've been here ever since. I moved here in 2004.
So you've had quite a successful career already. You've been on national tours with Cats, with Chorus Line, with Wicked. How was that, traveling the world?
I loved it. I loved it. And you know, I'm so happy with the sort of order that it went in. When I was out on Cats, it was the bus and truck, non-union tour. We made about $2 a week, and but I was in my very early 20s, and I had the time of my life, and I didn't care how much I was making. My other tours, A Chorus Line and Wicked, I made so many lifelong friends. I wouldn't trade those years for anything. I learned so much. And I got to, travel the U.S. and go to every Walmart and Target and McDonald's along the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you got your Broadway debut, and that was Cinderella, correct?
Wicked, actually.
Oh, Wicked. You went from the tour to the cast.
Yeah, I was on the tour of Wicked for 2 years. I left the show, and I came back to New York. With no future prospect with the show. But I came back, and it was probably a couple of months after I got back, they called me, and they needed a temporary replacement, and I came in, and it was thrilling. I've never sweat so much in my life, just out of sheer nerves. There was something, and I had just come from doing the show, but there was something about it being on Broadway that was unlike anything else. I was truly terrified. Mm-hmm. And a few months later, they asked me to come back full time, and it was a joy.
Then you went on to Cinderella with our good friend Peter Nelson. He was in that show. Hi, Pete. Another Broadway hero. So how much fun was that?
Oh, I loved it. And that was a whole new sort of learning experience for me, because I was a swing for the first time and a dance captain for the first time. I was the assistant dance captain. And wow, I think I learned volumes from that experience. I have so much respect for swings and dance captains. They're truly the heart and backbone of any show, any musical, because they work their tushes off.
Now let's talk about what you're currently in, which is a big show, gorgeous production of On the Town. How is that going? And a friend of ours and our Broadway hero, Stephen Hanna's in that as well. Also won the Ballet Hero Award at our gala, and he'll be our poster boy this year. So hi, Stephen. Um, so let's talk about this. How much fun is it?
I'm getting to a place now where, as the years go by, things start to hurt a little bit more. Things get a little creakier. And so I feel so grateful to be doing this show right now at this time in my life. Because, 5, 10 years from now, I don't think I could do it. Yeah.
So you've gotten so many great opportunities within the town. You've done the Macy's Day Parade, and you actually rang the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. Tell me about that.
Well, let's start with the parade. The parade was fantastic and so exciting.
The Macy's Day Parade.
The Macy's Day Parade, yes. Um, I was so nervous for multiple reasons. It's live, and it in my mind it was one of those things where if you go down, this is going to be on TV forever. And it's a memory that I would like to have and like maybe show my grandchildren one day. So let's try not to fall on the parade. And it was a little tricky too because there was a little bit of snow and flurries and it was a little slippery. But you know what? It went great. It was fine. And it was a lot of fun. We also had the amazing opportunity to open the parade. We were the first number of the whole thing, so that was really cool to sort of kick the whole thing off. Ringing the stock exchange bell was also very exciting. I didn't realize all of the details that are involved with ringing the bell, how very specific it is. We got there, and the man who is in charge of the event came down to sort of brief us on what was going to happen. We decided that I was going to be the one to actually ring the bell, so nerves right away. And he said, okay, so at exactly 9 minutes, what was the exact count? It was something like, at exactly 20 seconds, you will start to sing your song. At exactly 10 seconds, you will begin to ring the bell. You will hold down the bell for exactly 10 seconds. At the end of the 10 seconds, you will let go. Don't ring for 1 second longer. Don't bang the gavel. Don't. There were so many rules.
So, Brandon, what is one thing that few people know about you?
Well, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I love mermaids.
You love mermaids.
I do. Ever since I was a little boy, I've been infatuated with frickin' mermaids. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I think it's because I went to see The Little Mermaid, and I loved it so much. And then I went to see Splash. Do you remember Splash with Daryl Hannah? I think that may have been my favorite movie of all time growing up. So much to the point that when I was young, I would go to take a bath, and I would bring the salt, and I would pour salt into the bathtub. I would get into the bathtub, and I would cross my fingers, and I would close my eyes, and I would just pray that when I opened my eyes, that I would have a fin.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah.
So, Brandon, one of the reasons we picked you as a Broadway hero is not just because you're an amazingly talented person, but because of all the work you do for charity. Why is that so important to you? I know that you've done the AIDS Walk. I know you've done the Easter Bonnet. Why do you do these things?
I just think it's so important to raise awareness and to raise funds. One of the last things we did Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol for the Actors Fund. And it's really important. I can say I myself personally have used the Actors Fund before, and it's essential for so many reasons. So I will absolutely continue to participate in all of those things in the future. And right now, actually, with the show, we're collecting for Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Every night after the show, we make a speech just to let the audience know a little bit about the the organization, and then we send cast members in costume out into the lobby to physically collect money from the audience.
And one of the reasons that we're here and HIV Hero and Hero News exists is because we try and prevent people from getting HIV and then helping them if they do. What is your message to young people about the importance of safe sex practices?
Condoms are hot.
That's our slogan. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I would just really stress the idea of safe sex, and that HIV is still an issue today. It's not a thing of the past. It's right now, today.
So, Brandon, I want to thank you for being Broadway Hero of the Month for March, St. Patrick's Day month. I hope everyone gets lucky and continue doing all the amazing work you do. And congratulations on the town and all your success. You're a very handsome and very nice guy.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hey, this is Brandon Leffler. I'm so happy to be the Broadway Hero of the Month for March. Come see me in On the Town. It's a hell of a musical. And remember, condoms are hot.